This is a review of the Nitecore TUP, TUP. Full disclosure, the Nitecore store sent me this free of charge in exchange for this video review. If after this review you decide you want to buy one, there will be a link in the video description where you can do so. Now all I've done is cut the little piece of tape off. I haven't actually taken it out and looked at it yet, but it says Nitecore 1000 lumens TUP Revolutionary Intelligent Pocket Light. It says it utilizes a Cree XPL HD V6 LED to emit 1000 lumens, multifunctional OLED display, built-in 1200 mAh lithium-ion battery for a runtime up to 70 hours. Dual-side switches control 5 brightness levels. Built-in charging module enabling battery recharging through the micro USB port. ATR Advanced Temperature Regulation module. APC Advanced Power Cutoff Technology for an ultra-low parasitic drain. IP54 ratings and 1 meter impact resistant. A 1000 meters maximum distance and 8130 candela maximum intensity, impact resistant 1 meter. IP54 water resistance. Okay, so here it is. There's a warranty card. Okay. I'm not going to read all that right now. We're just going to look at it. And here is a thank you card. Okay. It includes a key ring, USB charging cord, and of course the flashlight itself. And there it is. It has a clip on the side so that you can clip it to the brim of your cap or whatever. And of course I'm going to have to charge it, but let's try turning it on. You know, who can resist that? I'm probably going to have to... There it is. Okay. So that's momentary. Yeah, that's pretty bright. Now I need to go charge it. I've had the TUP for a day, and I like it so far. I haven't fully read the manual yet, but I've kind of perused it, and I guess gleaned the basics of operating the light from it. And so far my initial impression is that I like it, and I'll show you why. Okay, first of all, it came in demo mode and it also came locked, and it's got lock 1 and lock 2. Lock 1, well, let's see, I guess lock 1 allows you to use the turbo mode, and lock 2 locks down everything. Either way, what you got to do is, it's got 2 buttons. It's got the power button and the menu button, I guess, and then it's got a display. So what you have to do to take it out of lock is hold down the power button for a few seconds, and it'll come up with a display telling you that it's in the process of unlocking. and then it'll unlock. Okay, it also came in demo mode, and so what you've got to do to get it out of demo mode and into daily mode, which is the mode you want it to be in for normal use, is you hold both of the buttons down until it flashes a couple of times. And let me try that. I think that's how you switch it into demo mode also. Yeah, okay, so one flash puts it in demo mode, or one flash indicates that it went into demo mode. Two flashes, I believe, indicates that it's coming out of demo mode and into daily mode. So let's try that. Both buttons. Yep. Okay, so it's in daily mode. And what it does is when you turn it on, once you've got it in daily mode, just pressing the power button turns it on. And it tells you at that output level how many hours or how much time you've got left on a charge. And then it goes off after a little bit. The display does, not the light itself. So at this intensity level, I've got 64 hours and 46 minutes left. Okay, now the mode button or function button cycles through the various power settings. So it's got 5 power settings. The first one is 1 lumen, and that's very low, you know, but 1 lumen. The second is 15 lumens. At that level I've got 17 hours left. The third is 65 lumens. I've got 8 hours and 36 minutes left. And then 200 lumens, 2 hours and 44 minutes left, 43 minutes left at that mode. Okay, then there is also turbo mode, and the way you access turbo mode, because it's a momentary thing, and that's the 1000 lumen setting. So you can't, from what I can tell so far, you can't put it in turbo mode and just leave it on. It's a momentary only thing. So what you do is with it off, you press the function button and hold it, and that turns on turbo mode. I've only got 21 minutes left of that, so I guess they don't want you to run that continuously. That's just for short periods of time where you need a lot of light. One thing I like about it is it does have a memory, so it comes on at whatever was the last setting you used, except for turbo mode. So if the last setting you used was 1 lumen, then that's what it comes up as when you power it up. Of course, you just press the other button to select a different setting. So what I like to do is leave it at the, for the most part, leave it at the 15 lumen setting. So if I need to find something in my shop, in a dark corner of the shop or whatever, that's what I need. But, you know, if I have to get up in the middle of the night, I like to, I keep a flashlight beside my bed so that if I need to get up, I can use that little flashlight to find my way around. But and the house is completely dark. I keep all the lights off inside the house at night. I know that's too much information, but anyway. So what I like to do if I get up in the middle of the night is just use my flashlight. But because my eyes are accustomed to the dark, I don't need a lot of light. So what I generally do is I'll put it on the lowest, the 1 lumen setting before I go to bed. That's what I did last night anyway, just, you know, to test it that way. And I found that that low 1 lumen setting is perfect for finding my way around the house. So, and it's supposed to do about when it's fully charged, it's supposed to do 70 hours at that light level if you don't use any other light levels. So anyway, now everybody has a, or almost everybody has a micro USB charger for their cell phone or whatever, because that's a common charger these days. Now come on, why won't you focus? There it goes. But this actually comes with a USB cable, so you can charge it from your computer if you need to. And that's what I did yesterday, even though I have micro USB phone chargers that are probably more well suited for charging something like this. But I decided to, for the first test and the first charge, I used my computer, because it's possible that that might be all some people have, you know. If you're watching this on YouTube, then obviously you have a computer. So this comes with everything you need to charge it from your computer if you don't have anything else. And the charging port is behind that rubber cover. Now I'm not crazy about these rubber covers, because you know, it pops open with a thumbnail, and you got to kind of snap it. You got to work it around and, you know, get it lined up just right to snap it back closed. And I'm pretty sure it's that negates its water resistance if you've got that open. And the problem with those things is that they wear out with use, and they either break off and disappear, or they just stop sealing or whatever. So I'm sure that eventually it's going to no longer be waterproof because of that little issue. And but you know, it is what it is. I have one of my cell phones has wireless charging, but I understand that wireless charging takes a little bit of real estate, and there's not much real estate to be had on this. So I don't expect them to do anything like that. But like I said, it is what it is. I'm just commenting on it. Now the key ring, I don't remember what they said. They rate it for a weight rating. I'll have to look that up in the manual before I tell you what it is, because, you know, I don't want to get it wrong, since this is a review after all. But I was surprised at how high the weight, or even that there was a weight rating on it. But I can flex it with thumb pressure though, but it seems to be pretty strong. So that's it up to this point, and of course there will be further testing. I intend to do a fairly thorough test, so stick around. So I'm out here in the woods at night testing the new Nitecore TUP, and I have it on the 15 lumen setting, and I just discovered something interesting. When I turned on the camera, it said, check whether the lens cover is open. That's funny. Of course it was open, but it wasn't picking up enough light, and it made it think the lens cover was closed, even though this light is on. But I have it on the 15 lumen setting right now. Let's cycle through. Oh, that was on off. Wrong button. Okay, here we go. That's 65, 200, 1 lumen. I can see like this, you know, like right in front of me. So if I were, for whatever reason, trying not to be noticed here in the woods at night, I could move along slowly with just this light, and there'd be a lot less chance of anybody seeing me if that were a concern. So let's put it back on 15. Okay, that's 15. That's a good light level. Although if I were moving and I had plenty of battery power, I would probably put it on the 65. But I brought my Maglite ML50L 2 C-cell LED light as a comparison, and I just swapped out the original batteries in it after several months of you know, I've been using this flashlight every day for several months, and it was still working fine. And the only difference was that medium power and high power looked about the same. That's the only way I could tell the batteries had run down some. But I think medium power was about what it is even with fresh batteries. And it's cold out here. It's affecting my speech. And of course low power was the same. The only thing that was affected was high power. But we're here to review the Nitecore TUP, not the Maglite. So I have the TUP. Let's see if we can see that. Wait a minute. Okay, low power. So I have the TUP on the brim of my cap, and that's a good thing. It works really well as like a headlight. I like headlights, but I believe I like this even better, because the problem with the headlight is if I'm wearing my cap, it has difficulty making it past the brim of the cap, so it interferes with being able to see directly in front of me. That's not a problem with a light that I can clip on the brim of the cap, so that's a good thing. Okay, so 15 lumens on the TUP. Let's compare that to the lowest setting on the Maglite. Well, it looks somewhat similar, although the Maglite might be a little bit brighter on low, but not much. So now let's step up to the 65 lumen setting. Okay. Low power. Yeah, I believe that the TUP is brighter on 60 lumens than low power on the Maglite. Medium power on the Maglite is brighter. Okay. That was 65. Yeah, okay, now we've got 200 lumens on the TUP. Now that's bright. I would only need that brightness if I heard something out there in the woods. So, okay, it's definitely brighter than low on the Maglite. There's medium on the Maglite. It's brighter than medium on the Maglite too. So let's try high on the Maglite compared to 200 lumens on the TUP. Okay, high on the Maglite is a little bit brighter. So, one last test as far as brightness. We're going to go high on the Maglite and turbo on the TUP. First, high on the Maglite. Now, turbo on the TUP. Yeah. Sure enough, the TUP is actually brighter on turbo than the mag light on high. So, and of course it's much smaller too. Okay, we're back on the moonlight setting. 15, 65. Like I said, 65 is good for walking. And that's what we're going to use it for. So, that concludes this test, and I'm going back in where the fire is. For the final test at 1022, just like the Ruger. Okay, it just changed to 1023 actually. We're putting it on 200 lumens. It shows that it has 2 hours and 30 minutes remaining. And I'm going to make a note of that. And we'll check back in 2 hours, and if it's still going, 2.5 hours. And we're just going to see how well it matches up with the time remaining that it says it has versus real time. It has been 2 hours. The light is still working. It's warm but not hot. Let's see what the readout says. This is still at 200 lumens, or at least it should be. Yes, 200, and 7 minutes remaining. Okay, so it should be showing 30 minutes remaining. So it doesn't quite match up to what it originally said when we started. Because it said 2 hours and 30 minutes at 10:23. Now it's 12:23 and it says 7 minutes. So let's give it a few more minutes and see what happens. Time's not up yet, but I wanted to show this just in case it shuts off before the time is up, before the 2.5 hours is up. It has been 2 hours and 17 minutes or something like that. That was just quick flash math. It's probably not correct, but it's close. Anyway, interesting thing, it's still going, but it's still showing 7 minutes remaining. So that's kind of an anomaly that I've noticed. It said 7 minutes. When I checked it at 2 hours, it said it had 7 minutes remaining, when it should, you know, if the timer was keeping correct time on battery life remaining, it would have been showing 30 minutes then. But like I just showed you, it's still displaying 7 minutes remaining. So that's an interesting thing. But like I said, it's still going. We've got 13 minutes remaining to the 2 hour and 30 minute point. It's still going. We have 6 minutes remaining. It has changed a little bit though. I don't know if the output level has changed. I'm not sure. But it did change to, it says low battery now. It said 6 minutes remaining, and then it changed to low battery, and it doesn't even show how many minutes are remaining now. It just says low battery. But like I said, we've got 6 minutes remaining. So we're going to go for the entire 2 hours and a half. And see if it shuts down. There it is. It has been 2.5 hours since it said that there were 2.5 hours of light remaining. And it's still working. Okay. I'm going to call that a good test. Time to go charge it again. So here's a brief synopsis of the test and of the flashlight itself. I've covered a lot of this already, but I actually have the manual in my hand right now so that I don't forget anything. Okay. When it arrives, it's in demo mode, and it's also locked. It's in lock 1, at least mine was. Now what demo mode does is it will only stay on for 30 seconds. That's so that, you know, if you're just checking it out and you haven't charged it yet, it can't damage the battery, hopefully. Or it at least minimizes the chance of damaging the battery. At least that's my reading of it. So it won't allow you to leave it on for more than 30 seconds. It'll shut down. So you got to put it in daily mode so you can use it normally. Once you do that, you can switch it on and leave it on for as long as you want to, or as long as the battery lasts anyway. Okay, now the way you turn it on is just press the power switch, and it goes into whatever mode it was used in last, whatever power level it was used in last. Right there it's 200 lumens. So there's 1 lumen, 15, 65, and 200. I've covered all this. There's also a turbo mode, which is only accessible by momentary push button of the mode switch. That's 1,000 lumens, turbo mode. Now when you receive it, turbo mode is all it'll do because it'll be on lock 1, or like I said, mine was. So the manual says that lockout 1 is the power button is unavailable to activate the flashlight. Holding the mode button is still available for accessing turbo. So yeah, that's what I noticed, that I could hold the mode button and get momentary turbo. Turbo is always momentary, by the way. But I couldn't do anything else. In lockout 2, nothing works. And so basically you could put it on lockout 1 or lockout 2 to carry it in your pocket and not have to worry about it inadvertently turning on. And the way you take it out of any lockout mode is you have to, it says to unlock, short press and then long press the power button, during which the screen will show an unlock icon and a progress bar until the flashlight is activated to exit lockout mode. So that's how you take it out of that. And how you take it out of demo mode, I already showed you that, but you got to hold both buttons down until it flashes. When it flashes once, like that, it's entering the demo mode. Do the same thing again, 2 flashes, and it's entering daily mode. So that's that. Now, that's pretty much it. I believe I read in here that if it's in, that it'll perhaps go into lockout mode. Anyway, I think I read in here somewhere that other than doing the normal procedure for taking it out of lock 1, you can also fully charge it and it'll take it out of lock 1. I don't know, I haven't tested that. That would seem to indicate that it will go into lock 1 when you discharge it completely. But that didn't happen when I tested it a little while ago at 200 lumens down to 0, although I never ran it completely down to where it stopped working. But anyway, I've been using it every day since I've had it. I clip it on the brim of my cap, and I actually, as it turns out, I like that better than a headlight, which I've been using quite a bit. I've got 3 or 4 headlights that I use, but the problem with the headlight is if I'm wearing a cap or hat with the brim tends to block some of the light directly in front of me. So by clipping this onto the brim of my cap, it doesn't do that. So it works well, and I like it. So follow the links in the video description and get one for yourself. I think you'll like it. Thanks.